Good morning to everyone. I hope everyone is doing fantastic. So let's go ahead and find out what is there in the cryptocurrencies news today. So one of the biggest issue and one of the biggest problem or maybe a concern for everyone who is involved in cryptocurrencies is of course Ethereum, saying that well, Ethereum is such a beautiful protocol. Ethereum has done so much thing for the cryptocurrency space. Almost all the startups, all the ICOs are being built on Ethereum. Most of the governments are so bullish on Ethereum. And is there a way that actually Ethereum can sustain and really scale up? And it turns out that there is a scaling solution for the Ethereum. So this is a good news. So Vitalik has come out. Vitalik was talking on a conference held by OmiseGo, which is again another project that I'm quite bullish on, OmiseGo. And he was saying that Ethereum can actually eventually achieve 1 million transactions per second. And how is that possible? Well, that's possible with the two layers. So basically he's talking about sharding. Of course, most of you know that Vitalik has been talking about sharding on Ethereum. And then there is this plasma, right? The final upgrade of plasma. And so the solution he is offered for 1 million transactions per second is by application of two layers. So I guess layer 1 being the sharding and layer 2 being the plasma. So here he says that so if you get 100x from sharding and 100x from plasma, those two basically give us 10,000x scalability gain, which basically means blockchain will be powerful enough to handle most applications most people are trying to do with them. So definitely if this happens, this is again a very plus point, because a lot of people who are actually moving on to other blockchains, maybe Credit and maybe EOS for example, and others, and this has become a USP for unique selling point for all the blockchains, that listen, Ethereum is not scalable, I'm building up something which is scalable. And if Ethereum can do that, Ethereum is already trusted, so it's a huge gain for the cryptocurrency space, right? So again, this is written theoretically. Practically how much is that possible, we'll still have to wait and watch. But this is definitely a good news from Vitalik, which is coming out for all the Ethereum's fans out there, including me, of course. Now, this is annoying, or maybe this is the guy who actually is the founder of an ICO called Kick ICO. And after he raised about $100 million for the Kick ICOs, he says that blockchain is not convincing at all. My God! Now, good luck to everyone who has been holding this Kin coins, right? So this is the Kin coins. He is the founder of Kin Foundation, which is a decentralized ecosystem of digital services. He raised about 100 million, and now he says that blockchain is not convincing. So unless you're trying to build one of the most used cryptocurrency in the world, it is very low odds that blockchain is going to create value for you. Livingston said that he's not convinced that there are a whole lot of practical applications for blockchain technology other than Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So definitely, I'm not sure if he's still going to be working on Kin or not. He has raised the funds already, guys. So the next one I want to talk about is the EOS. As you can see, there was this EOScountdown.com. Now on the EOScountdown.com, you see that EOS token has been frozen. That means you will not be able to transfer your EOS token from exchange. There is no transactions can be done wherever you have kept your tokens, either in exchange, Binance, or maybe in my Ether wallet. They're going to be there. They cannot be moved anymore. And interestingly, now I found this news, which is on Crypto's News by Omar Bam, of course, one of the channel that I really like. And I think he was attending. This was a live with Brock Pierce. He was talking about the EOS on the EOS launch day, and actually I watched it myself. And there are a couple of messages which, if you are a huge fan of EOS, you might want to go ahead and watch this. Brock Pierce is a part of the Block.one, the company behind EOS, the company who has actually built this decentralized platform called EOS by Dan Larimer. So Block.one is a company who actually raised this $4 billion and have built this network, right? So there's something to watch out for if you are a big EOS fan. I will leave the link in the description below. And coming back to the same thing, which is EOS, we recently spoke about some of the airdrops, and there was a lot of confusion as to where exactly these airdrops are happening. So I think, there is no clarity as yet on the airdrops, because this is another news on coindesk.com, and it says crypto candy, basically those free giveaways. And they also talk about the same thing, that's because, as soon as the US mainnet will be launched, people who are holding EOS will be eligible for a lot of tokens. And again, there is no clarity as to where these tokens will be distributed. So what I think, and again, this is just my opinion, that if you have it in the exchange, you might get these airdrops in the exchange, or if you have it in EOS wallet, which is not out as yet, but EOS wallet will eventually be launched, I guess, once the mainnet is finalized. Right now, people have their EOS tokens either into MyEther wallet, Exodus wallet, or exchange. These are the only places that I can think of. So I think there'll be more clarity about these airdrops when the US mainnet is launched. And again, we discussed this yesterday, that this could be a little time consuming. It could take a week time, it could take a month's time also. So I think we should definitely be excited that there are so many airdrops happening, but the main focus still should be the US mainnet launch, because obviously there is no information. If you have any information, let me know on the airdrops in the comment box below. Love to know from you. The last one I want to share is the central bank IMF. So if you have noticed, recently a lot of these banks actually went ahead and said that we are going to be issuing our own cryptocurrencies, the banks, right, the central banks. So IMF, which is International Monetary Fund, has officially warned central banks that they must adapt to the innovations brought forward by cryptocurrency. So basically, what it means is that adopt the technology, not really issuing a token. I mean, issuing a token does not solve any problem, right? And they also mentioned that if you actually go ahead and issue your own cryptocurrencies, people are going to lose faith on the fiat, which of course people have already lost faith. But this would be so evident, like on the mass scale. People who still don't know how the fiat money works, they are going to lose their faith in the fiat money. So, and of course, what will happen? I mean, it might just everything collapse. So what IMF actually said to the banks is that, make the fiat more stronger, offer more usable systems to the consumers, and increase, basically work on the faith, do something that actually builds the faith of people into the cryptocurrency, into the fiat money, instead of issuing their tokens. That's quite, it makes a lot of sense though, because imagine if the bank starts issuing cryptocurrencies, people will not buy their cryptocurrencies because it's a bank, and then the people will start trusting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies more. That's what I think. And on the same line, so what Estonia did, Estonia has cancelled the plan that they had, which is to issue a Est coin. And so just to let you know that Estonia offers e-residency, and a lot of Indian startups that I know have got this e-residency because they are very much crypto friendly. And so they were trying to issue their own currency, which is called Est coin, which they have rolled back, so they're not issuing that anymore. And this is what they mentioned. While the move was eventually forward thinking, Estonian authorities seem to have lost track of Eurozone status, which subjects them to mandatory ECB rules on monetary policies. Invariably, the announcement attracted heavy criticism from ECB President Mario Draghi and the other banking authorities. And that's the same thing which IMF was also saying, banks not to issue their own cryptocurrencies, because everybody is going to move to the cryptocurrency otherwise, and not banks cryptocurrency. They're going to be moved to the decentralized cryptocurrency. So that could work quite opposite for banks. So, but definitely I would love to hear from you. What do you think about Vitalik's statement on Ethereum is scalable up to 1 million transactions per second? Would love to hear your opinion on the news today. Thank you so much for watching, and hit that like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Take care.